battle. You don't really want to. You're never really good at back Modo there. I think more often than not. No offense to him, it's just obviously it's Device, right? He's one of the greatest of all time in terms of this game and to go as well. And I think you're right. It's obviously for OG. These are two sides in completely different, not only sort of life cycles, right? You've got an Australia side who are trying to keep themselves as a top team and trying to guarantee sort of invite to all of these big events, but you've got an OG side who are actually scaling back up, right? 2024 and the 2023, they were bad years for OG. There's ways about it. Some real, to put it lightly, some rough team compositions there. And obviously it wasn't working. We'd seen it time and time again. It was sort of this thing of OG where they were a partner team, so they get invited to all the big events, but they didn't do anything, right? And it was kind of a bit of a waste of a spot. And now the fact that they're in this VRS system where there is no partner leagues, they actually have to earn their right up there. And I think actually with this rebuild, they're doing the right things to get these, the kind of steps in place to get these invites. I do actually like the team they put together. I think this is a nice kind of young side who actually have a lot to offer up. And the hope is basically that we can get to see just some consistency out from them at this top level. I think they've already started to prove themselves in tier 2 quite well. They're already seen as like a bit of a gatekeeper team into the tier 1 in a way. It's just about now themselves cementing themselves in that tier 1, right? Alongside the likes of, your Astralis and all the rest, and taking down a side like Astralis. Granted, it's a very difficult opening match, especially comparatively speaking, when you look at across the rest of the bracket. There's a couple of mixes here. We look at kind of teams like Hester, for example, Nevermore, TNL, they're another one. There's a few mixers in who've come through this open qualifier. Then you have a few themselves, like BC Game, there's Nasty Metasport, who are all, a little rough around the edges. If you're OG, who's come for the open qualifier, and you get drawn Astralis, that's arguably the best team in the tournament here.
Yes, that is very true. That is very true. So, kind of unfortunate. I don't know if there is sort of a pre-seed that goes on into a